Hey, what's up, everyone? Freakish Season 2 has finally arrived. It has been a year since the last season, and I was pretty excited for this season. Now, last time for the first season, I said I enjoyed it. It was a good season. I didn't think it was amazing by any means, but I thought it was enjoyable. You know, I hope that it did get a second season, which obviously it did, because I felt it had a lot of potential, and this season did a good job of improving from the first one. So one of the problems that the first season had was that it had a really low budget, which this season made up for. You can tell they had a bigger budget, and it really shows, and it really improved the show. So the show begins where we left off last season on the cliffhanger. Like, I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything, so don't worry about it. But we begin where we left out last season with the group of survivors stuck in the high school. And in the end of last season, they were being invaded by government agents or agents from the chemical plants. So they're under attack, or they're being invaded, and shit goes down. Suffice to say, things turn out decently for them, or they're able to overcome the odds. But this season, like I said, it was a great improvement over the first season because, like I said, they had a bigger budget, so they got a bigger cast for one thing, and with a bigger budget, they were actually able to go outside more. So in the first season, they were also stuck in the high school, but they mainly stayed in the high school. Like, there was only a few times where they showed outside of the high school, and for the most part, everything took place inside the high school. They had a small cast, and there wasn't a lot of zombies, to be honest. So there was only a few scenes when they used a ton of zombies, but other than that, they tried to keep them at a minimum. Like, every once in a while, there'd just be like one or two zombies or something, and they would easily kill them. But you can tell their budget was low. So this, like I said, this season they have a bigger cast, which was really good because the cast helped improve over the last cast. Because I liked the last cast, but they were small, and by the end of the first season, they were a lot of the problems were resolved. So they were just kind of all that end of the world drama like in The Walking Dead was just completely gone. So this having new characters come in helped bring in a lot more drama, a lot more dangers, a lot of new interesting characters. And like I said, since they had a bigger cast, now a lot more people were able to die. Because in the last season, like I said, a good amount of people died because it's when the zombie outbreak took place. But from the actual main characters, not a lot of them died. So this one, we get a lot more zombies, which I really appreciated. More people die. They do a little better with the zombies. They look a lot more creepier and everything. And like I said, I think the cast, they were able to hire a little bit better actors because I think a lot of them were YouTube stars. I think not that they did a bad job. It's just that they weren't seasoned professionals. So that's something I enjoyed. The bigger cast, the more zombies, the better effects, and the fact that they were able to leave the school more. It was able to help build the world more because they were able to go outside and see what was going on, and raise the mystery a little bit while solving some of the mysterious elements and questions we had from the first season. Overall, this was a fun, great season. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It's not a perfect show by any means. Like I said, my last review for the first season, they copy a lot of the tropes like any zombie show or movie, where you get the people where they just separate and they act really dumb and they end up dying because they're dumb, or people just act out of character for whatever reason just so they can get in range of a zombie or something like that. And that continues in this season. It's something that bothered me, but if you're watching a zombie show or a zombie movie, it's to be expected. So it doesn't really hurt the show overall. They just don't do a lot to stand out. I said it in my first review. The show pretty much is a teen drama that takes place in a horror movie. And last season, the teen drama was the big part of it. They still have a lot of that drama and teen drama-ish stuff, but a lot more zombies and apocalypse stuff going on. We get a lot more mystery, and the show got a lot more interesting, to be honest, which is something that was great. Like, I can't wait. I hope they get a third season. I really hope they get a third season because, like I said, I enjoyed this season, and I'm really liking the characters. I like a lot of the new characters, and unfortunately, we lose some characters from the last season. I know it's not really a spoiler because I'm not saying who. It just, I mean, it happens. Like I said, with a bigger cast, people have to go. But it made for good emotional moments because seeing people die that you care about from the first season to the second season, it works. So really really good stuff. A couple more problems, or one more issue that I had with it was some of the writing was kind of bad. Like you could tell just like watching the show straight through. Like characters would say stuff that really didn't make any sense, or it was just like one character, like her whole story was that when the big explosion happened on the chemical plant, she was working at a hardware store. But later on, she tells someone a story about how, oh, I lost people too. My husband turned and killed my daughter or whatever. But it doesn't make any sense because they said she just left the hardware store to go across the street to this grocery store or whatever. And that's where she stayed the entire time. They don't mention anything about her family or whatever. Her family was at home and everything. So her story doesn't really make any sense. And they do that a few times where characters say things that don't really make any sense if you think about it. It's just like, how would you know that happened? Like, how were you there kind of questions, So stuff like that. And they broke some of the rules. Like in the first season, they established a lot of rules and they broke some of them. It's a little bad, but at the same time, it works for them because breaking the rules allows them to do more this season. Like I said, they were allowed to go out more outside. In the first season, they had to be completely covered up. And this season, they're like, oh, well, we only have to cover our mouths and not breathe in the stuff. So, we'll be fine, which allowed them to travel around a lot more. So they didn't need full body chemical suits. So that's something, like, it worked. But like I said, it's kind of a retcon, which I guess it depends if you hate retcons or not. Overall, like I said, it was a great season. I give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I hope it gets a third season because I am interested, in some of the mysteries. A lot of it stuff's predictable. Like I said, it's a lot of the same tropes you see in any zombie movie or show. But it's still enjoyable, If you enjoyed The Walking Dead or, any of those teen-type drama shows, this is a combination of the two, so you'll enjoy this show, And I do enjoy those kind of shows, yeah, as dumb or as cheesy as they are. So I enjoy this show. And it did improve over the last season. And I'm hoping the third season also gets a bigger budget so they can do a lot better things. Alright, so that's it. Like I said, 7 out of 10. Enjoyable season. Big improvement over the last one. They could have improved on the scares. That's something they're just skipping on. They did a little better this season. But, not a lot of negatives. If you watched this season, what did you think? Did you think it was bad? Did you think it was better than the last season? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Hey, if you like this video, we have several other awesome videos you can check out. And again, thanks for watching.